And then after training year, they put you in the deep end. They put you in the trenches. You're there fending off against the enemy lines on your own, because when you're working with full-time there, it sounds shit. You basically have to be a clanker from Star Wars if you want to succeed. How's everyone doing today? I'm be talking about having a job. I'm comparing that to being unemployed. Basically being a little full-time couch warrior and just sitting there doing nothing. So basically, when you have a job, you have to show up on time. You have to, clock in, clock out, do your a couple of hours of bullshit, do some work, and then you go home. And if that's full time, your life is taken by the corporate government, because you basically, like, if you're working full time for a company or a shop or anything, you basically belong to them. You are their property, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's either full time or no time to earn money, because when you're working full time, you basically, your life is 90% job, 10% actual leisure, or like free time, and then part of that free time you have to sleep, eat, and basically pretty much you only have 5% of free time. So it's like 90% job, 5% I want to take care of myself, I don't want to turn into insomniac, and then other 5% is I get to actually enjoy my life. I actually get to be my own person instead of being a slave to whoever the fuck just handed me this job. And when you're working part-time, is it as bad? I feel like part-time workers have it more easier, because part-time you have less hours. You're not in there every day, but if you are in there every day, the hours aren't even that bad. I remember when I was working part-time in Domino's, I said, at first they didn't really take me seriously, thinking this guy's just a goober. We're gonna fire him within like the next week. But then I started getting more days. It was actually towards the end when I was leaving Domino's. I ended up getting like 5 days in a week at some points, and the hours weren't really that bad. It'd literally be from like 5 to like 9 or 10, or even at the latest 11. But 11, it was 11. I'd rarely ever worked there. 11 would be like a shiny Pokemon, because like I rarely ever worked till 11. 11's basically closing time, and the one time I did, I was walking home and it's just pitch darkness everywhere, bro. So yeah, I guess that's the only bad thing about part-time. Sometimes you will work more hours than you usually do, but it also happens with full-time. But I'd rather work I'd rather work part-time, bro. I'd rather work part-time than full-time, because with part-time I have like more free time to do what I want. I actually have a life. Part-time, it's kind of like school in a way, but you get paid for it, and it's kind of less hours. Full-time just sounds like hell. Full-time sounds annoying as shit, and also it depends what company. It also depends what company or shit you're working for, because doing part-time in Domino's, it wasn't really that bad. The people there, they were chill as fuck. My employer, they were chill. Except for like one, I just didn't really like him. He's just complaining over everything. Like, you could be making a pizza and you just forget one pepperoni on one slice, and he'd be like freaking out and threatening to fire you over that. It's just, it's just annoying. But other than that, it was grand. But then I've heard stories of like fucking Emphasis, that shithole, Emphas shit. I left Domino's to go to that place, and then my friend, a good friend who I known for a very long time, told me how shit it is. I think, what mistake did I make leaving Domino's? That I was actually like, I was in a job. I had stable income and shit. I actually was unemployed, and then when I told them to go fuck themselves, be like, I found a better job opportunity, it ended up being the opposite of that, because my friend who's working there, he said, no, they do a month of training. The month of training was grand. You basically just dossier. You basically just like treat it like it's TY in school, and you get money basically for nothing. It might as well be the dough. And then after training year, they put you in the deep end. They put you in the trenches. You're there fending off against the enemy lines on your own, because when you're working with full-time there, it sounds shit. You basically have to be a clanker from Star Wars if you want to succeed in Infamous shit. You have to be like 100% perfect with everything, or else your ass gets fired. It sounds like hell, and I'm fairly sure that that's what a lot of full-time jobs are. Basically, you're just going in there, being used like a condom, and then you go home and you have to go to sleep. And then part-time, you only get used for a good portion of the week, but there's also days where you get to use yourself. It's grand. The money in part-time, the part-time money, it's grand. I feel like the money in part-time, it's enough to like get me by, to get me going, just enough, to get what I need or get what I want. In full-time, you get like a fuck ton of money. You get stacks. You get like Andrew Tate levels of like richness in full-time. but you have no time to spend that money. You have working full time, your money is going to be collecting itself and it's going to end up looking like Mount Everest, a stack of cash, because you won't be able to use it. But in part time, you'll actually be able to use it because you still have like free time. The people as well, it really depends on the people you work with, because if you're working in a work environment, if the people around you just don't like you, just hate them, you're going to have the worst time of your life, whether it be a part-time or full-time. It's just going to be a lot worse with full-time because you have to deal with those motherfuckers every day. But if they're good, that's actually like, a plus, because at least in full-time, or at least in a job when you go in there and you hate your life and shit, at least you can talk to some people, you can make friends and shit, I feel like even in a job, this might sound dumb, this might sound very, stupid, but you can also kind of make friends in a job. But you're not really here to do that as well. You're just here to earn money and then go. So yeah, pretty much. I never really worked full time. Thank God, because it sounds horrible. But yeah, that from the sounds of it, it does sound like shit, and you're better off just like staying at home. Now, unemployed. This is what happened when I left Domino's to go to If shit, and I ended up not being able to get back to Domino's because they replaced me that quickly. Holy shit! They already had someone, just like they were like waiting to write the person's name down on the employee list as soon as I was gone. But being unemployed, it has its advantages and its disadvantages. Being unemployed, I get to wake up basically whatever time I want, but I prefer to wake up early because I feel like you can get more done out of your day. And basically, unemployment, it's you have all the time in the world, but at the same time, the amount of money you're getting is really limited. So when I'm unemployed currently right now, and my only source of income pretty much is I get the dole every week. I have to march on to the post office, you collect my money and then go home. And now what they're doing is they're trying to force you to find a job, because they think that I'm suckling off their monies and shit. I'm taking advantage of the fact that I have cash. I'm not trying to find a job. I am trying to find a job. It's just so fucking hard in this economy. And now they're basically forcing me to do this development plan where I have to look for jobs. I have to send them screenshots. I have to written record of me looking for jobs, or I have to do this shit where I have to look for college courses or look for training courses. Like, bitch, I'm not doing training courses. I'm just trying to get a job. I'm not trying to go to college. I went to college. I ended up not liking it. And now they're trying to send me back to college. So, you have to do it for free and all. It's like, yeah, but I know how this works. I'm going to go in there and they're going to act like it's all grand. But then it's going to be like, yeah, fuck you. Homework. Study for this test. Study for that. It's bullshit. And it's pretty annoying how they're going up my asshole like a tapeworm, trying to get me to, find a job. Trying to look for courses. What do you think I'm trying to do? Look, like, you think I wake up and I just forget the concept of a job? You just think, yeah, this is grand. I'm getting a couple of money from the dole every week. I think I might just live my life like this. I think I might just be like this forever. This is actually what I wanted to do when I was younger. Just be a full-time slacker, pretty much like Mordecai and Rigby. I think it's stupid how they're just kind of forcing me to get a job, or else my payment's gonna be decreased. I kind of understand it as well, because there are people that are on the dole and they don't really do anything. They're just as soon as they're on the dole, they just don't need to lock in or anything. They just think, I don't have to do anything. I'm getting money. You still have to look for a job. So I kind of get it, but at the same time, it's kind of annoying. Don't try this bullshit of trying to get me to go to a different college or looking for fetch courses online or some shit. It's like, if I wanted to, or where do you think I'm looking for a job? Because I don't want to go to college, so stop trying to send me to college. But yeah, also unemployment though, it gives me a lot of free time because I get to chase my dream. I get to chase my passion, making YouTube videos. I tried recording this 3 times already because I was struggling with what I was talking about each time. I don't know why recording videos has gone hard for me, maybe it's because the channel's dead and I'm not really having that much confidence, but I still want to do this. But yeah, I feel like that's probably the biggest advantage of unemployment. You have lots of free time to do your own shit, but you also have no money. It's a paradox, really, because with full time or having a job, at least with full time anyway, you have all this money, but you have no time to use it. And then with no job, it's like you have all this time, but no money. It's like a paradox. It's like it's shit. It's good for money. It's good for being financially stable, having a full time job. But it's also draining as fuck, and you want to kill yourself every time you come home. So that's where part-time comes from. I feel like part-time is kind of in between. It's like you have money and you also have free time. But in this economy, full-time it seems to be a requirement because part-time doesn't really seem like it'd get you by, if especially if you have to provide for other people. If you're just providing for yourself, and it still wouldn't get you by unless you like apply for a council house. But even if you apply for a council house, it would take like years upon fucking years, maybe even a decade to even like you have a chance of getting a house. A part time I feel like would be great if you're living on your own and you're already living in a house that like got given to you because someone in your family died. Like I'm living on my own and I'm on the dole and it's actually okay. It's actually grand. The rent's not bad, but if you're someone that needs to get out of your little dungeon and move out of your parents' house, and you want to buy a house with part time, good luck with that, buddy. You're gonna need all the luck you can in the world to get that. But yeah, pretty much, I just want to record this video to basically compare what it's like having a full time job and having a part time job. And yeah, see you later.